we'll go through the picks here. We're all picking Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits over the LWO. We're all picking Cena and LA Knight over the Bloodline. We're all going Io Sky. We're all going to Judgment Day. Me and Lewis are going Shinsuke Nakamura, and Brian is going Seth Rollins. So that's where we differ. We're unanimous on everything else besides. And if I'm wrong, I'm fine with that. You want to know why? Because Brian is going to catch Lewis in that case. And we need somebody to catch him. If I can't catch him, Brian's got to catch him.
Nope.
Someone must stop.
Ain't no
Lewis.
catching me.
Someone's got to.
Be funny. You know what would be funny? Since we're all unanimous on what 4 out of the 5.
4 out of the 5 matches.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if we're all wrong on all 4, and then the 5th match comes and Seth Rollins wins.
I think I might throw in the towel if I like.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. I'll just be crying the entire time.
I'll just be eliminated from the championship competition. I'll just be done.
You have no say.
Like, when should I stop picking? Like, at that point in time, if I have a bad run like that, like Survivor Series, like
we can do a restart at the end of the year.
Just be a moderator at that point and just let you guys just make the picks from there on. Like, if I'm not in the contention, there's no way I can get back in.
Says the man who wants Cody to win the Rumble again.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'll take all the L's.
As long as he's right with that one.
Cody Rhodes goes to WrestleMania 40 after winning the Rumble.
That'll be a sad day for me. That'll be such a sad day for me.
You can take your record, Lewis. You can take your
all my hard work down the toilet.
You can take your 100 wins and 15 losses. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Miz. All right, Miz.
I'm the Miz. When it comes to predictions. Man, but that will do it for this one, especially picking up after a week with a lot of wrestling. A lot of stuff going on. We'll get back. Well, I guess we didn't have to cover Raw, but a lot of stuff happening there. No, we don't have to.
We should highlight
the Monday Night Raw. Yeah. Monday Night Raw we can come back to, because there was the return of Johnny Gargano.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
That's
I was gonna mention. I don't know if we want to. We could also save it, but just the quick the NXT lineup that's apparently happening next week.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Randomly, Roxanne. I was talking about Brian earlier. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, especially with Asuka versus Roxanne Perez out of nowhere.
I did that. Let me explain. So if you watch the triple threat, who interfered and cost Roxanne the match? It was Kiana James. Now Kiana James already kind of has this real estate, or I don't know what you would describe the gimmick, but and coming with the gimmick, she has connections. So somehow she was able to get Asuka. She was able to pay Asuka to come and face Roxanne.
Pay Asuka? What?
No, there was a backstage segment with her on the phone, and the backstage interviewer was trying to get her attention, and she was mentioning on the phone money being exchanged. So based upon that, that's how we're getting Asuka, because she's literally paying Asuka.
So Asuka's a hitman now.
Basically,
that's what we're getting.
I mean, look.
She said, "I need that mist next week. I need that blue mist to come on down."
Like, are you kidding me now? Like, that's what Asuka's doing now.
We don't have to. Yeah, we don't have to like deep dive in the whole thing.
If we ever get Yakuza boss Asuka, I'm for it. But her getting paid to be a hitman on Roxanne Perez.
I just want to see her pull out a little short blade katana, just like.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I saw it online, and I think you guys sent in the chat with the whole like Paul Heyman on Braun Breaker's side, and then John Cena.
That's the only thing. That's aside from Cody because I think I know why Cody is going to announce.
It's probably the Dusty Classic.
The Dusty Classic. See, and that's perfectly fine because he's the only one that should be even talking about that. But John Cena and Paul Heyman and being in the corners in the main event is excessive as hell. You can have everything. You can have Oscar, you can have Cody Rhodes, but having Paul Heyman and John Cena, that literally is saying we're up against AEW. That's literally what you're saying. and when you do that, you literally just looked at AEW because Triple H was said in Cody Rhodes' documentary, they're secondary. He said in the interview with Ariel Helwani, okay, they beat our developmental. Kudos to them. So you essentially coming off as hypocritical now because now you're up against them again, and now you're stacking the card unnecessarily. I might add.
Triple H
to beat AEW.
Yeah, Triple H just pulled out his Blue Eyes White Dragon, and John Cena is like, ha.
Yeah, exactly. And I can only and as much as they'll say it's not about AEW, I'll say this: it's about AEW, but it's not about AEW because their corporate answer is going to be, well, we're still negotiating this TV rights deal, and we still want NXT's ratings to stay up. So now here comes it. So now if we're gonna be up against AEW, it's a bad look business wise if we lose against them while we're still negotiating. So therefore, we have to stack this show.
They also know because AEW is gonna have Edge wrestling for the first time on AEW, so they're like, oh, we got to bring out the big guns.
Exactly, especially when they're
But so is the match Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker?
Yes, Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker.
So just for argument's sake, is Braun Breaker now part of the bloodline? Is he a Paul Heyman guy? Is that what we're doing?
Future wise,
is that what we do now?
When Paul Heyman announced it, he made it seem like it was more about the fact that John Cena's been getting involved in bloodline business, so now we're gonna get involved in John Cena's business. That's pretty much how Paul Heyman structured it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's just a clear. It's just too evident that they're trying to compete so hard with AEW, or at least try and overshadow them. They're like, all right, you just got one of our giant legends, and he's about to wrestle on the same night as our show. Well, let's bring out some of our legends and.
Nice.
But just to be random matches put together, it's just it's so obvious. So.
No, but that's another thing too. So it's like Braun Breaker just lost, but now he's going to fight Carmelo Hayes, who just lost, and I'm just like, why are they fighting again? Why aren't?
What do they need
kind of have
in their corners for?
Segment. They did have a backstage segment where Braun Breaker was trying to tell Carmelo that it doesn't feel too good when you lose the title when you're on top. You're the only one that knows this feeling just like I do. And Braun was kind of taunting him about it to the point where Carmelo Hayes then wanted a match against him. So that's that story.
Well, where does John Cena come in? Where does Paul
Heyman?
You see, when John Cena, when Carmelo Hayes is saying, "Yeah, I was talking to my guy John Cena, he was giving me advice about losing the title, and since he's gotten up 15 times, then I can get up after a loss. It was random. Yeah,
but now you need him by your side. What is that doing?
Now Braun Breaker needs Paul Heyman.
I'm just gonna say this: NXT just had a banger at No Mercy. They've been building this thing up. They've been building the roster back. This 2.0 from 2.0, building it up, and now all of a sudden they're rushing these extra fillers to now beat AEW. And it's is it necessary? No, I don't think it's necessary. I don't know why.
But like I said, if they're still in the process of negotiating with these other networks, remember they announced that SmackDown's going to be on the USA Network, and that means more than likely Raw and NXT are going to either move into another network, or we don't know what that situation is. But if they are moving to another network and they're still negotiating, just imagine the negotiations if the certain networks are looking at them saying, why would we want NXT if it can't even beat Dynamite?
Yeah.
But you're not buying NXT individually. You're
You're buying Raw. Yeah, I get that.
You're buying Raw with NXT. So I'm like, if you want Raw, then you're gonna take NXT organically. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But shit, they're fucking around just to beat AEW, and it's clear, and we all know it. And it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Another impactful show.
Exactly, but my whole thing is I'm cool with that, because as a wrestling fan, we got two banger cards. Sucks that they're going head to head, but still, you flip the channel, you're gonna get good wrestling. My whole thing is you're gonna do this, cool, but don't ever say that AEW isn't competition now, because you just pretty much just showed that they are. So you can't say you can't go in interviews anymore. You can't say that they're not competition anymore. That's all I'm saying.
Blue eyes,
don't be hypocrite. Don't be hypocrite.
Just don't be hypocrite. John Cena to NXT when he has no involvement in NXT.
Exactly. You sent the greatest of all time to NXT to go up against AEW. So you can't say that they're not competition anymore. That's all I'm saying.
Never again. They can't say it. Shit. But that will do it for this episode of Ring Takes. Of course, we're going to see what happens at Fastlane, pick up of Raw, and NXT and AEW Dynamite because of the MLB baseball playoffs. Forced them to move up to Tuesday, so we'll see how that goes. Definitely a lot to talk about next week as well, and we'll get into that. As always, thank you guys for joining me, and we're signing off.
1, 2